Okay, so here we are, a Ford Capri V6 gearbox. It's a Type 5 and it's the later one with the tail shaft that comes off the back. It doesn't have the external linkages. And when I was racing this at Taupo, noticed my gear changes were getting vaguer and vaguer going onto third. And back in the garage you can see why. Now, there's a bush at the base of this and also one at the very end of the gear stick where it goes into the gearbox to actually like select the gears, and either one or both of those bushes could be gone. I don't know if they're the original ones from 1974. If they are, they're probably just disintegrated, and of course me being pretty enthusiastic on the racetrack wouldn't have helped either. So it's not just that in third, it's also in other gears. It's just not quite so bad. So it's just something about third. So that's today's job, is to pop this gear stick out, check out these bushes, hopefully fish out the remains and order some new ones. So you'll be along for the ride, get to see the damage and what parts you need to fix it up. Now you could have the same issue on your Capri, just might not be so pronounced, but if you're thinking, oh, my gear stick feels a bit vague, it's probably a good place to start because it's pretty cheap and can be done with the gearbox still in the car. So that's what we're going to do today. We are going to fix a sloppy shifter. Go. Yeah. Neutral. Yeah. Theory right. The next button. Got some gums in there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our problem. One disintegrated bush. So that's why our gear stick felt a bit weird. He's knackered. Yeah, just slide that back and now I can pull that out. It'll be easy. So I think I'll leave that for now until I get my new parts. So. Ford Capri gear stick repair bushes. Oh, they sound convenient. Just what I need. But in reality, they have come from the UK. Let's open them up. See what's in there. Package in a package. Oh, here we go. So, see, these ones are actually nylon. It's the one that goes all the way in the gearbox, and this one is the one that sits up top. Yes. So, a nylon bush instead of a plastic one. Should last pretty well. Now, to get these to New Zealand, I think all up was $100. Weight's about half it. It's pretty ridiculous. So that's how that goes. Right, let's put it on the gear stick and pop that back together and see what it feels like. Now, this has got a roll pin in it, so I'm going to actually have to just tap that out. So we'll go and do that on the bench. Tap that roll pin out, and then we'll be able to put the bush in, tap the roll pin back in through the bush. So we'll have to jump out of the car, do that on the bench. Right, so that's the plan, just support the That's the gear stick itself on the side of the vise there. Okay, so we'll just tap this out. That's the roll pin removed. The new bush should just slide on now. Line up the holes. Typical. Okay. It's looking alright. Let's go test fit in the car, eh? You can see this extra bit on this bushing here. Now, that spring, the problem I'm having is when I put this in, right, so you can see that sits down in the slot's okay. I'm not really happy with that. It would be good if it sat down a little lower, but there's not much I can do about that because that just comes down to the shape of the ball sitting in that socket. So the issue I've got is when I try and screw this on, it's just way too high by about the height of the shank, the height of that extra piece on the bushing. So I'm thinking I'm not meant to have that. For a start, I'm just going to trim half it off and see if I can get it in there. If that doesn't work, I'll trim the rest of it off. I did wonder about trying to get a different spring. Honestly, I think I'd rather trim the bush. The one that came out of there had no step on the top of it, and I don't think that the step on the top of it was causing any problems as such. All the rest of the stuff, as far as I can tell, I mean, looks factory. I don't think any of that stuff's been modified or changed from original, so I'm not too sure. Maybe there was different options. Some of them had a longer spring or a shorter spring or a wider spring or something that worked with that step, but this one just doesn't seem to. Like if it slipped over it, happy days, but definitely doesn't fit over it, and so I'm just going to trim it down. So the original bush doesn't appear to have had a step on it. You can certainly see where the spring's been sort of sitting against it. So I'm thinking my new one, I'll just get rid of that step. Then it'll be able to, this here will then come down lower and screw into place. So that's the problem I've got at the moment. I just can't get that low enough to start screwing it up. And if I force it, I just bottom out the spring and it'll never reach. So I need to trim that off. Let's do it. Right, I'll go see if that has a hope of fitting, and if not, we'll take it all the way down. No, we definitely need to get rid of that entire deal there, so we'll cut that right off. Alright, there we have it. It's completely removed now, so this should, looks like it'll go far enough down now to screw in. So let's give her a go. Come on, baby. This time for sure. Yeah, that feels good. Oh, solid. Look at that. Feels like it needs to break in a little bit. I might chuck a little bit of lube down in there for final assembly. The next bit I want to try and replace is the bit inside the gearbox. So I'll undo this, we'll try and get in there with some needle nose pliers to pull out the old piece, pop the new one in. So let's give that a go now. There we go. Okay, let's get the new one. Yes. So we've got that sitting home. Great skill and difficulty, that one. It's probably an easier way of doing this without out of the car, but with it in the car. As far as I can tell, this is pretty much the go. So I'll put those bolts back in, bolt that back down, and lube up that gear stick, chuck it back in. Okay, so finished result. I'll move that in first, second. There's still some movement in third, so any gearbox specialist, feel free to drop a comment on the video as to why that might be. Nothing in fourth. And reverse is all good. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that result. Bushes were $100 all up. So that's it for this one. I am going to email the parts supplier and find out why I had to trim that little bit off the bush. A little unusual to me. So shed some light on that, and I'll pop it down in the sort of comments of the video once I know. Anyone feel free to drop me a line as to why third still looks a bit sloppy. Probably not going to worry about it straight away, but it'd be nice to know what I'm in for later down the line. So this was a nice little job in between rust work. Really needed a bit of a break from it, but back onto it this weekend, and I should have an update on you for you on rust shortly. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.